Right, well, good afternoon everybody. It's just turned 4:30 here in the northeast. Wind's still starting to pick up a little bit, but I'm hoping to get this video started. I've been really busy the last couple of weeks, but I'm hoping to get back on track this week. And of course, the priority job of the night is getting down before that Hurricane Hannah passes over. Winds are starting to pick up a bit, so I'm hoping, as I say, I want to get this video done before the polythene starts flapping. But we're in the main greenhouse at the moment. If you've been watching on our Facebook page, you see the big cabbages, the Spring Hero, and they're absolute monsters. We've had some really first-class crops out of them. Anybody that loves cabbage, well, you know we like to use it all the time in our polytunnels. What it does for us, it clears the bed. We don't have to flood the beds like other people do for the show stuff. We just put cabbages in the year after. And what the cabbages do, it takes all the excess salts out of the soil and leaves it nice and neutral, nice and clean. Now all this bed will need down here is once the cabbages come out, is give it a good forking over, a little bit new fresh manure in, maybe it's a bit lime, we'll check it, because cabbages do take quite a lot of the lime out of the soils. But we'll check it, make sure it's okay, and my idea is to get a full run of tomatoes right away up this side. If you remember last year we had the Ailsa Craig on this side, so I'm going to put a row, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the trail tomatoes in one line right along the front. Now I've got about 14 varieties. I've been sent different varieties from all over the country. So my aim is I was going to put them in pots, but I thought, well, this bed's handy. I'll probably get 16 plants along there. That's about 8 varieties, and then I can mark them all individually and just keep an eye on how they grow, and we'll see what kind of a performance we get off them. I'll show you some of the tomatoes soon. As I say, we've been really busy. I hope you've all enjoyed your Easter break. I'm sure we did. We had some fantastic days up here. Now a week ago I started all the cucurbits off, which cucumbers, squashes, marrows, melons. And already I'm potting them up today down home. And this is just some of the bedding that we're trying to get. These are petunias. We've done all the busy lizzies there in the bottom tunnel. I'll show you all them later. But as I say, we've got trayfuls up on the top shelves. I've got the fuchsias. There's trayfuls of fuchsias up there. And of course the hanging baskets are all full of the white strawberries. They're grown pretty well. I'm pleased with them. Plenty of flowers in them. No fruit yet, but these are the last ones that we did put in, so I'm not really worried about them. I'm just going to swivel you around into the secondary greenhouse here, and of course this is where we like to start chilling our plants down. As you can see, I've got a lot of tomatoes on here now, a lot of the big boys. And what I have got in the main tunnel, and one of the main tunnels is our first crop of giant tomatoes. Now these I got sent up from one of the lasses down Midlands. These are Corfu tomatoes, and these were just brought up cold, completely cold, no heat whatsoever. I set them away in the melon house. That's the house inside the first tunnel, which is a couple of degrees warmer. Now last week we come up and I recorded 95 on some days in a cold polytunnel in April. Never been known. We can't even get them temperatures with the heater on. But as I say, everything's just run away. And of course, yesterday, freezing cold winds today, showers, cold showers, and we're forecast to get it all again tomorrow. But so you know, that's why you just got to err on the side of caution. For all young'uns that's just starting up, never take anything for granted. Just because you get a few days of sunshine, don't start throwing everything out in the garden. Just be patient. You've got another week yet in April, so you know, just go canny. The stuff in here is growing fantastic. I'm over the moon with it. Leeks, onions. I'm going to start planting some out this weekend. I've got some beautiful onions there to put up in the top tunnel, which I'll try and get out this weekend. I'll probably make it at the end of the video, and I'll show you how to get on. But yeah, they're the Corfu tomatoes. Now I've got 6 of them. Now I'm going to try 2 of them, and I'll give a couple of them away. That's my own strain. Well, this is your own giant Spanish strain, and this was the third lot of seedlings that I put in, and these are just put in cold. The big ones are in the tunnel, they're ready to be planted out, but I'll go in a minute and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that bed. These are the American ones, my American seeds. And of course, as I keep saying, you just got to pick your way through the weeds. And you can always tell a good tomato plant by its true seedling leaves. And when I was on about putting off the last time, and I showed you, if they've still got a seedling leaves on, it shows you that they've been grown correctly. They've had no check, they've had no cold spells, they've just been taken over just nicely, because if they don't get a check, the first thing to drop off is the seedling leaves. They'll go brown, they'll yellow, and they'll drop off. If the tomato's not happy, that's the first signs you'll lose your seedling leaves. There you are, and that's grown completely cold at, no heat whatsoever. They're absolutely fantastic. Now, what I've done with them, I've picked 5 of them out to go with the 4 that are set away early in the melon house. Now you'll be able to see when we go through there the difference in the sizes. But oh, the smell of them, that stayed with me all my life, from when I was 7, 8 year old. And I can remember QV school, going up on the roof with Mr. Playfair, planting tomato seed, and then going to my dad's allotment on Rowan Avenue, North Shields, all them years ago. And it's just something that stays with you. When you start breaking the plants, taking suckers off, and you just get that smell, and it's beautiful. I love the smell of tomatoes, especially homegrown fresh ones. Can't beat them. Tall American, I've got then of course there another one that was sowed cold. He's a hillbilly. Now, for the lads that's watching the videos, you'll know who sent us the seed up. I have got a list on home, and I will go through it. I've got some of the Record Giants. That's a Record Giant. That's the UK record holder. And they were just grown cold. Just cold greenhouse, no heating whatsoever. And they're absolutely rotten away. I'm over the moon with them. Now, I did get some seeds sent from Rod Halliwell. And well, Rod, there's one of yours, pal. And that's the ox heart. I have got a couple more, because I never sowed all the seed together. I've done 2 batches. So there's the ox heart, and I believe that's a big heart-shaped tomato, pink, red flushed. But I'm looking forward to trialing that one. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Here's another one. There's Cedric. Now, I've just potted these up because the roots were actually bursting out the bottom of the pots. Because, as I say, the heat that's been on the last couple of days, it's just forced these up to no end. That's Cedric. And that's Zenith. Now, I do believe these are all show varieties. As I say, I've had quite a few different seeds sent from different people. So what I'm hoping to do is get them all more or less the same size, because a couple of them were sown at different times. Some were sown down home, and some were sown up here in the cold greenhouse. There's really not that much difference in them. As I say, you've just got to go very careful with your tomatoes. I like to set mine away under cover, nice tray of compost, plenty of sharp sanding, and I always put a plastic dome over the top of them. And they just stay in the cool melon house, which the temperatures will very rarely drop below 40 of an evening, so it's frost free. And of course, the one's sown until the middle to the end of March. There's somebody commented on the Facebook page a couple of weeks ago that a lot of people are losing plants. Well, if you're losing plants and then you send them away at the wrong time, depends on what part of the country you're in. You know, up north here, we never start sowing anything unless it's show stuff for the garden until mid to late March. Some of the crops that's coming out now, beginning of April, end of April, are just starting to get ready for planting out. Within another fortnight into May, that's the earliest I start planting anything out up north here. Never get anything any earlier, because you can get frost right up until June here, end of May, beginning of June. And of course, there's people asking us for hanging baskets, and I say to them, well, you'll get them in June. What? Shield shops have got the plants in now. Yeah, Shield shops might have the plants in, but you're going to go buying them now and hanging them out, you're going to lose them. Guaranteed. So I always time my plants, and that's what I keep saying on every video. Timing is everything. Get your timing right, get your seeds right, and you can have some fantastic crops. Just patience, that's all it is, and it's learning. Especially for the new people that's coming on. There's a lot of new subscribers coming on. A lot of new lads just starting up in the gardening. And I say the same to everybody. It's a great journey. Once you get started, and that'll take you right through your whole life. You know, gardening, it can take over you. It's such a fantastic hobby. and of course the benefits, you're out in the fresh air, meet lots of friends, and you cannot resist it. Fresh fruit, salads and vegetables from your garden, and you know, at the end of the day that's what it's all about. But it's learning when to sow, how to sow, and how to look after them, and that all comes with just with experience, a little bit of experience. But I always say, just don't be in too much of a hurry. Far better late sow than early sow and start losing your plants like some people have been doing. They get caught out with the frosts and that's it, they're gone. But just patience. But anyway, that's the tomatoes. I just want to pop it down the tunnel first, because one of my main jobs tonight, I've made some compost up once again, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be bringing me chrysanths down, because I need to get the chrysanths done. I haven't even taken cuttings off the dahlias yet, so what I'm going to do with them, I'm going to split the tubers. I'll take 2 or 3 cuttings off, and I'll make a pot tuber out of them, because I'm not showing flowers this year, I'm not showing any veg. So I thought, rather than stress out taking cuttings, I'll just split the tubers, I'll get the plant and save them for stock for next year. I will take 2 or 3 cuttings next week, and as I say, I'll just grow them all in a pot tuber, and I can take cuttings from them next year when I've got a bit more time on my hands. But yeah, you know me mixes, my multi-purpose compost, my sharp sand, a couple of buckets of my own homemade compost, that's in there, and a couple of handfuls of bone meal. And them chrysanths are going to flip and love it. They're lovely plants there now, nice dark green. They're up right at the top tunnel, but we'll have a look at them soon. And then I can get started them potting off. I'm going to put them in quite a big pot, because what I want to do is I'm not in any hurry to start stopping them. But with chrysanths, if you're showing, they've all got different dates, all your different varieties, they've got different dates for stopping and for producing them all important buds that you need. But I'm not going to stop any of mine. Well, I'll probably do one main stop right through the middle of May, before they go out. Some of the varieties should be getting stopped now, some of the early varieties. And stopping is just pinching the heads out of them. But I'll take you all through that next month when I do mine. But for the time being, I'll just knock this off and we'll get the way into the bottom tunnel, okay? Right, there we are. Bottom polytunnel, and as you can see, I did post a couple of pictures on my Facebook page the other day, and got quite a few reviews. A lot of your lads were in awe. If you can remember the dahlias that were potted up the other week, that's in there. Absolutely fantastic, lovely young plants. And of course a little bit of root coming out in the bottom. Well, these will be going outside next week on the borders outside with just a little bit of cover on the top of them, so that'll keep them nice and clean. Marigolds, these are going to be done next week. Here once again, the same as what I did with the dahlias. Full trays of marigolds there. They'll just be tipped out and broke up into little portions of 2s and 3s and just planted up in pots, and they'll be fantastic for going in amongst the tomatoes. That's a big marigolds, a crackerjacks. Now they'll probably be sowed singly into pots. I'm never in a hurry to start putting these things up. As I say, they're growing away really well there, so I'm over the moon with them. I'll probably get started on Sunday on them. There's another good tray full of dahlias there. Over the other side, we'll have a good look at them as we work our way around. Busy lizards are starting to come into flower now, so we've just potted them up at the right time into 6 cell trays. As you can see, the early potatoes, that's a red Duke of York. They're romping away now. We've got the weekly hoses on, so every night I come up I can just turn the taps on, and the weekly hoses will just gently water them down each night. Tray full of celeriac, young celeriac I just planted up there the other day. They're doing well, I'm pleased with them. I haven't grown celeriac for a couple of years now, so it's a good chance to get started. Webb's wonderful lettuce, ready for going off, and there's the pot leeks. Now these are going to be another 4 weeks yet, and already they're lovely and thick. As I was explaining, the bigger pot the better for leeks. Give them another 4 weeks when they're due to go at the end of May. They're going to be up here, and they're going to be 18 inches high. I've got 2 varieties of them. The one was the Blue Autumn Neptune leek. They were from Kings, and of course my old favourites, the ones I grew every year without fail, is the old Musselburgh. Now look at them for a potter leek, absolutely fantastic. As I say, nice. The bigger pot you can give, the better for the seedlings. Now these are just sown cold in January in the melon house, and no heat whatsoever, and that's the result. First class leeks ready to go out. If you remember the red lettuce that I got, I was trailing this year. These were the ones that were actually grown on the space station, and I got a free pack of these from King Seeds. Now they're actually ready to go because they're first class little plants. I'm over the moon with them. I'm going to find somewhere in one of the top tunnels or one of the greenhouses to plant them out this week. Some are growing sweet peas, and you mountain of them. Right, and there's our garlics, ready to go out. These have been in here since January, and the reason I bring them inside, of course, is to stop the old rust. Now they're lovely and clean. All I've had is a little bit of a spray early on, garlic spray, soapy water, and they look first class to me. So what I'll do, I'll be popping these out next week. I'll probably give them another little bit of a spray and get them out next week. Strawberries are growing fantastic. There's fruit on. There's fruit on in the ones in the first greenhouse have got fruit on, and there's some nice red strawberries in there, so I'm over the moon with them. But yeah, they're growing absolutely fine, over the moon with them. Once again, good first class crop of strawberries. Right, so we'll go into top tunnel again, and we'll get some chrysanths sorted out, okay? Right, evening here in the melon house. We're a little bit chock-a-blocker. Got my pea alderman ready. Got Dean Robson up on the back garden veg pod. Right, now Dean was posting a couple of pics on the other night of his sweet corn. Fantastic, mate, they look great. But just go easy. Once they get too big, with having the room that you've got in the greenhouse, you're going to have to be either putting them outside in the cold frame or find somewhere else to keep them going. They look quite a size in them pots. There's mine. A little bit of water just sneaking out the bottom there. Now these are the peaches and cream, and to me, perfect. That's just the right size I want them. Bearing in mind, we're only the last week in April. Now, as I keep saying, planning is everything. Timing. A week's time, I'll be taking them out of them little plug plants and I'll be putting them into cups. So it gives us 4 weeks in them cups. I'll probably make another potting again at a 9cm pot. Because once sweet corn get into some fresh compost, they gallop away. They're greedy plants, they like lots of feeding, and they'll absolutely romp away them. So in a couple of weeks' time, if I've got to pot them up again into 9cm pots, that's when I'll sow me peas. About a fortnight prior to them getting planted out. They'll get planted out in the end of May. That's when I take the first early taters up in the lower polytunnel. Once again, it's all about timing. I can't just grow willy-nilly up here. I time everything. I time for my tomatoes coming in, I time for the potatoes coming out, I time for the sweet corn going in. If you give yourself a week or two leeway, you know, it doesn't matter if your pots get a little bit overgrown, you can always repot again, which I don't mind doing. And as I say, they'll be fine. A week's time I'll put them up in the cups, but we'll do a video. I'll flip both these up tonight. Now there's the pumpkins. If you remember, at the beginning of last year, I think I made a program, and I chitted my own. Now this is the only thing I chit. I don't chit anything else. When I get seeds from the British seed companies that I send away for, Kings, DT Browns, a couple of the other ones I use, I never chit any seed like this, because I think you always get great seed from the good British companies. These were my own seed that I saved from the pumpkins last year. So it's only common sense that you're going to have to chit them and try them. And what I did, I put 4 in a bit tissue paper and put them on top of my boiler at home in the kitchen. And of course, 3 out of 4 sprouted, so I was over the moon. I knew we were going to get some good germination. So that's the first tray. And they were just sown a week ago. And already they're well through. Now I've got 3 there. Now I've got these brought back from Spain, and these are of course the titty melon. They're an ornamental plant. and it grows something like, well, how can I explain it, like a titty. I'm going to have some fun growing them, I tell you, but we'll see how they grow on right through the year. Tomatoes, well, we've got tomatoes just coming over here, and I'm sure these are plum. These are the giant Spanish. I got these brought back from Spain at the beginning of the year. Now, I've never tried these ones. I don't know if they're the same as my variety. My own Spanish, I've had them for about 10 years now. So I've brought another packet back from Spain. One of my friends did, and this is the result. It's an absolutely fantastic tray full of young tomato seedlings. Now, a lot of these will be getting going out this week because a lot of friends and family have asked for tomatoes. I've got a tomato tumbler up here. Plenty of tumblers. I've got the plum, and these are all just grown up cold, just in this melon house. The chilies. I've got more chrysanths, and I've got umpteen treefuls of bedding plants along here. So you know I'm going to be really busy. The bedding plants mainly because I'm doing the washing basket challenge once again with Dean Roberts and the back garden veg plot. So I need quite a few of my bedding plants. The cineraria, I'll be using cineraria. I've got begonias, my begonias. They're around there ready. I'll be using begonias, I'll be using busy lizzies, petunias, and I think I'll top the top of the basket off with some nice fuchsias. But that's my plan for now, and of course the lobelia. But all that'll be sorted out in the next week or two. I've got a few adjustments to make to the basket once it turns up. I've ordered it online, so once the basket comes I want to put a set of wheels on the bottom. Where I'm going to stand it in the bottom of the patio, one thing I don't want to be doing is lifting the handle. It looks a big basket, and if it's full of compost, you keep lifting that to turn it around, you're going to end up snapping the handles after a while. So I'm thinking of putting a little trolley on the bottom, but I'll do all that in the next video. But as I say, this is a melon house, packed out again with plants. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll get them sorted. We'll pop in the bottom polytunnel and see what's going on down. Right, here you are, back in the main tunnel again. This is one of the jobs I want to get done tonight. So what I've done here, we've got some black plastic recycling boxes. Now we made the mix up in the big cement mixer, which of course is my own mixture again. Plenty of sharp sand, multi-purpose compost, 2 to 3 bags of my own compost, and to this add a bag full of manure, just small horse manure from the ponies. Mix all that in, bit of leaf mould mixed in with it, and a couple of handfuls of seaweed, and that's it. That's the mixture for the tomatoes. It's absolutely fantastic. So their pots are all ready. They've been in here for a couple of days just settling down. So what I've got now, I've got a sheet of breathable polythene. All got the holes in it, and all these boxes, there's 12 boxes all along here, get covered with this full bed. I've got enough polythene to go right on the full bed, and then there we are. There's the first of our giant Spanish, and they're absolutely fantastic. And the first truss is just coming on there. You can just see the flowers on the first tomato. And to me, that's a perfect time to start putting any plant in. Just as the first truss comes on, and they're ready. Get a fantastic plant out of them. So that was the first of these Spanish, and there's the second ones there. Absolutely spot on, just romping away. So we'll get them 4 and them 5, or them 6, sorry. We'll get 10 of them in tonight. We'll get this polythene lined out, and all I've got to do is make a slit where each box is. In the centre of each box, just make a slit, pull a bit of compost down and put them through. And what I'll do is that when the light comes through, I've got a little bit of timber up ahead here at the moment, but I'm going to clear that off. Once the light comes through, hits that, it's coming to the back end of the plants, and it's ripening them first trusses off first class. What I'll be doing around here, I'll show you next week. I'll be building a bit of a framework up. I've got some hooks up in the side there to take these 2 pillars, and I'll put canes in each corner, and through the canes I'll put a small piece of cane, like a box, and then we can take string backwards and forwards as the plants grow up. As I say, these tomato plants here, the large Spanish, they need plenty of support. But if you're just putting a single cane in, and just watch for the trusses, because they get really heavy. You might have to put a little bit of string around them and just support them from up a height if you can find somewhere in the greenhouse that you can tie it to. I'm lucky I've got timbers all over the shop, so I can run cables and wires everywhere. But yeah, if you've got the Spanish, and don't forget to give a bit extra support, and even if you put a couple of canes around them, 2 or 3 canes, and then draw the string that way up a height, and it'll give a bit extra support to the trusses as they hang out. So that's another job for tonight. I'll get stuck in that, but we'll get ourselves back in the top greenhouse and we'll have a look at these have a look at these fuchsias. Have a look at the chrysanths, okay? Right, well as you can hear by now, the polythene just starting to rattle around a little bit, so I'll have to be a little bit sharpish tonight. But as I say, this was one of my priority jobs. I had to get out of the way tonight. If you remember, a couple of weeks ago, we were putting off all the eels at Craig's. There they are. Well, they've got another 3 weeks to sit in here. Roots just starting to peek out the bottom there now, so 3 weeks time, they'll be perfect for planting out. What will happen, because they're up here in the end of the greenhouse, the very end, there's a big open window at that end there, just a mesh window, that's a fresh air through. There are 2 double glass doors here, and when Roger comes up first thing in the morning, he puts one on the hook, so there's fresh air blowing through all the time. So it's really nice and fresh, cool, and that's the idea of chilling your plants down a little bit. What I did do, when I showed you last week, the onions, now I've got 3 of them beauties. They're going to be planted out tomorrow, so what I'll do is I'll make a little video next week and we'll start and do some planting out the leeks and onions. But they're quite happy just sitting at the moment. As I say, potting on, I can pot on all day long, I don't mind. Give your plants what they want. So tonight, well, there we are, and that's just some of the chrysanths cuttings that I took at the beginning of the year, I think in March when I took them. You go back on my videos and check when I took the cuttings, and they should be just about, yep, roots are just at the bottom there now, so I'm quite happy. Now these, as I explained before, I'm not showing this year. I think it's going to be next year before I get back to showing bits and pieces down to the local club, once I get back to full fitness. But what I was saying about stopping dates, now these are early flowering varieties. Now every variety, this is a pink, and I've got some Alison Pierce, and of course I've got the yellow and bronze Max Rileys. Now, they're all different stopping dates, and the idea of stopping it is just to pinch the top of the growth out of the plant, and what will happen, it'll force that to send up new shoots. You'll probably get 2, 3, sometimes 4 shoots coming up from that one stem where you've stopped it. Now what I like to do is, once I've stopped it, let two shoots grow on, and of course that 2 stems you'll get 2 flowers. For show varieties, nice big flower, that's all you want. If you're just growing them for the garden, that's fine. Sometimes they'll break away themselves naturally. It'll be a bit later, you'll get your flowers a little bit later. But if you're not showing, well, you know, that's fine. Or what you can do is just, what I'm going to do next month is just do a general stop. I'm going to put them all up the night, and all these are going from them 6 cm to 12 cm, and that's all, just moving them up one size, perfect, and they'll sit in there for the next 3 weeks until about, yeah, well, it should be the middle of May. And if I'm quite happy outside, what I'll do is I'll move them from here onto the back benches where there's only a little bit of plastic covering over the top of them, and they'll stop there for till the end of May, and then they'll go into buckets. I haven't decided yet whether to put them in buckets or whether to put them in the garden. I'm in 2 minds. I've still got plenty of room left, because where I'm going to put the Dahlias on the big bed, and then I might put these, just a row of these. It's all about just saving them for stock, so I get a nice big root ball off them at the end of the year, and I can put it away in the greenhouse in the warmth, and I'll get plenty of stock of it for next year. But yeah, so as I say, the job tonight is to get these. Now they're a bit on the dry side, which is I like for the chrysanths. I like to keep them a little bit on the dry side, but as you can see, the root ball has just started moving around the bottom there, and that's a perfect time for me. They're just about filling a pot, so I'll put that in the next pot, exactly the same level. Just fill around there with a bit of fresh compost, harden it in, and now they can go on another tray, and to me that's spot on. It's a first class planter. I'm over the moon with them. They say they've had no special treatment this year, they've had no spray or anything. I had a bit of soapy water when I did the strawberries about 6 weeks ago. When the first of the warm weather started coming on, I got a little bit of green fly, sharp cured that. I gave them a garlic spray, everything, and I gave them a soapy water spray, and that's all these have had, just a bit of soapy water, and they're beautiful and clean. There's nothing on them, no green fly, white fly, any bugs or anything. Just keep them nice and clean. And of course, a good first rate compost like has been put into, and they'll gallop away. So I'll keep you posted on the chrysanths over the next couple of weeks, and I'll just let you know how they're going on. It's another pink, an absolutely stonking plant, lovely. Just a nice height, and it's just the right size I want to put off. Once again, there's no roots on the bottom yet, and they're just starting to worm their way around there. There's a good root ball in the centre, and to me, that's a perfect time. Get your compost all ready, which I have here. I've made tons and tons of potting compost over the last couple of weeks. And of course, when you're growing a lot of plants, you need plenty of compost, and of course, you need a good cement mixer, which what we've got down there. Because long gone are the days when I do this by hand, all hand balling. So, as I say, I'll get another dozen of them done. I'll stand them in the tray, once again, stand them in the tray. I'll flood the tray with water, let the plants take their own water up, no water from the top, and they'll be spot on. And as I say, come middle of May, at the end of May, it'll be nicely hard enough on the back bench, and we'll get them planted out, and then you can see what sort of flowers we'll get off them. But what I will do, in the next video, I'll stop them, and I'll show you how to go on about just nipping the tops out, and hopefully they'll start branching away, and then you can decide how many branches you want. You can have 2, 3, 4. Some of the varieties are really prolific, so they send a lot of shoots out the top where you stop them from. But once again, it's just a matter of just nipping them back, just snapping them off, and leaving however many. Some people just flower one up, and they get a nice big flower. I like a flower 2 up, and that's fine by me. But these are just the show ones. I have got some more chrysanths down there. I've taken cuttings off, and they're just for outside. Yeah, they're gonna be varieties, but they'll just stop out in the garden. Quite happy with that. But yes, this is my priority job tonight. Get up, get these done, and of course get them tomatoes sorted out, because them big boys need to go in the trench tonight. So I'm going to get them in, get the polythene down, and then on the next video we'll start off, and I'll go around and I'll show you what we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. We managed to get a little bit done outside before the rain come last night. We've got the carrots in, we've got the last of the parsnips put in. I showed you in the last video how we put our parsnips in, and we've managed to get our main crop potatoes in. Well, Wilger is in the bottom trench, that's the white ones. I'll put 2 rows of Wilger in, and 1 row of Jazzy. Jazzy is another nice potato, small, but they're a boiling potato or a salad potato. And of course our main crop reds are over in the far bed, so over the moon with that. Apart from that, on the back bench I've got the collies, cabbages, sprouts, kale. I've got all that sitting on the back bench hardening off. It's been there for about a fortnight now, and what I'll do on the next video, I'll show you the pots, and they should be full of roots, and that's where I like to plant mine out. But by then it's going to be the first week in May, so you've got to start, you've got to start going canny. Do I plant? Do I save any back, or just take a chance and get them out? Because if we do get any frost in May, you'll turn them brown, you'll turn them blue, you'll get them a check, and it'll knock them back. You mightn't lose them altogether, but getting a check on your plants is just as bad as anything else. But that's we'll see how it goes anyway next month. We might be lucky, we might get some nice fine weather. I remember 2 years ago we were freezing cold weather right up until June, so I'm not going to risk putting anything out too early. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's thanks for the new subscribers. There's quite a few coming on. Don't forget to comment down below. If you want to ask questions, by all means. If you can't wait for the videos, get on my Facebook page, Jeff Foreman on the Plot, and we're on most nights asking questions, posting pics, giving people updates of what we're doing throughout the week. As I say, me and Roger's been busy trying to get some of the pathways sorted out. It's been a major job for this year. Of course, with me being disabled with the leg, I've not been able to do much, but we're getting a couple of top pathways done. Roger and a couple of the friends have done them, being cemented in. So yeah, we're going canny. What I'm going to start tomorrow, I'm getting some pea netting. So I'm going to start the peas and beans off, but that'll be in the next video. I don't normally start mine off till the end of April, but we'll do a video next week. We'll show you how we get on with the last of the chrysanths, and then we'll start my peas and beans outside. So that's a plan. Okay. So once again, thanks for the new subscribers coming on. Thanks for sharing, and hope you enjoy yourselves on your own plots. As I say, the weather's about to get a little bit better next week. Once it gets storm Hannah over the night, and hopefully next week we'll get a little bit of fine weather again, so maybe just get out in the plot on the main beds outside and start getting some of them turned over. But for the time being, from up here, it's just after 5 o'clock, and I'm ready for a shower and a bite to eat. I've got a little bit more potting off to do down home. As I say, the melons, the cucumbers, they're all shooting through there now for the last 5 days of heat. So I'm over the moon with them. But what I have got, I've kept a packet of melon back. I'll not be planting them until the beginning of next month. And of course, there for the Three Sisters Challenge. But I'll take you all through that. We've got the washing basket challenge. We've got the Three Sisters Challenge. And somewhere down here, I've got a couple of large sunflower seed that I got off Dean Hood. So no doubt I'm going to try and find them and stick them in, and we'll see if we can get a sunflower to match Dean's off last year. But all gone good for the time being. I'm over the moon. We're getting there. We're getting some nice weather. So just enjoy it. I'll see you all again on the plot soon. Okay? Bye for now.